The cost of living, still the major issue for many people around the country, and inflation looks like we are on our way back up. In fact, the Prime Minister, the Treasurer and their little dog too told us that we had turned the corner, nothing to see here, everything's okay. They, of course, fiddled and buggerised around with the numbers when it came to the energy rebates, which pushed down the inflation number. It got them the February rate cut, which, of course, helped lead to the 90-something seats they ended up winning in the parliament. Yeah, I'll keep talking about it because that's how they won. Well, as you know, inflation has been ticking up. Just a couple of months ago, we had already hit the highest number that we had been in the past 12 months. Just 1 month ago, we were going up by a full percentage and a bit point, where the magical 2 was becoming the troublesome 3. Well, today we are being softened up for what might be more of the same. Now, you already know it because prices have never gone down. This was all just myths and magical thinking from governments. But Jim Chalmers in the Parliament today, and well done to those who noticed it, is starting to hint that by this time tomorrow, when the official numbers come out, inflation will be going up again.
Now, economists expect that the unwinding of some state energy rebates will push the headline number up a bit tomorrow, and that's why they have encouraged us to focus largely on the underlying number.
Oh, now the underlying number matters. Remember a couple of years ago when the number was really high and the underlying number was still pretty high? Oh, the underlying number doesn't matter. Now, again, there is such a gulf between the numbers that are produced at every 30 days by the number in Canberra. Your life, you know it, from any and everything that you've bought or any and everything you've had a look at on the internet, well, those prices, they keep staying high. Why? A whole collection of different reasons. But the Australia's turned the corner and everything's okay. How easy is Christmas going to be for you? How easy is it going to be for you to pay for the grandkids, to pay for the family, to pay for the kids, to pay for the missus, to pay for the bloke? The reality is this Christmas will be tougher than last Christmas, which was tougher than the Christmas before, which was tougher than the Christmas before that. Nothing to see here, of course, in the political class because they have all received 4 pay rises since Albo became our elected king in 2022. The opposition doing their best to draw attention back to cost of living. I think this should have been each and every question in question time today, but here's part of their push.
Households and businesses are struggling in the lead up to a hot summer and all the expenses they face at the kitchen table with Christmas, with summer, with back to school.
And on the matter to do with power prices, well, what a confrontation, what a conversation, what a great bit of television it was to see our political editor, Andrew Clennell, on Politics Now, talking to former Liberal, now lapdog of the Labor Party, Matt Keane. Pretty simple question. You say it's time to change the system because it's the cheapest form of energy. So, OK, now that there's more of what you want in the system, when do the bills start coming down? Answer, humana, 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 humana.
Could they go up for 10 years? Because that's what this power company CEO said. Could prices continue to increase for 10 years before that transition is completed?
Well, that's not what the Australian Energy Market Commission says. They say get on with the job of rolling out renewables, and quite frankly, we should be listening to the independent experts.
All right, well, so when do they stop going up, Matt Keane?
Andrew?
When do they stop going up?
When we get on with the job, when we get on with the job of rolling out renewables at scale. We know it's the cheapest form of electricity, and the problem
how many years does that take
in the grid? It's not enough, Andrew.
How many years does that take?
The job, Andrew. Well, it will take the coordinated rollout.
Now, there are ways to answer the question. If they want to say sooner rather than later because we're going as hard as possible, well, give me an exact date, I can't. But the idea that they can't say, I can't, because then they will have to admit what they have looked the other way and lied to people about for years and years. But isn't the government confident that despite the fact that it failed to deliver on the $275 power bill lie, yet they got re-elected and got a bigger margin, that Australians aren't that fired up about power prices? Now, you and I know that it's deeply frustrating if you're running a small business. Those changes are in the thousands of dollars. It's in the hundreds of dollars in the households, and everyone's knowledge of working families, the working poor, the middle class, is that every bill matters. And if those bills keep going up in part because of government policies, then at some point they turn around and blame the government. But instead, they're just going to spin their wheels and pretend that the three-wheel car is somehow going to set a new lap record at Bathurst. And anyone who points out that there is an emperor with no clothes on, well, of course, you're part of the problem.